So it's always nice to get a little bit of a breather in that sense. As for Link, well, I believe that he was showing, like, he did have a representation earlier today, but still not a ton. Link is becoming a bit of a rarer character to find, and this is one of the rarest matchups too. Like, what can I even say about this one? It's so complicated to guess what's going to happen, but it's a brawler against a swordy slash projectile player character, so I mean, I guess it's all a matter of getting into his zone and everything, but still, Link has some get-off-me tools.
I still feel like it's really funny how recently the one player that is known worldwide that has been using a lot of Link is Gluto. He just randomly decided to start using Link, and he is, you know, doing some nasty things with it from time to time. We are used to Gluto doing nasty things with Wario, but not quite with Link. In Mexico, we do have a couple of other Links that like to hold it down. Shout out, for example, to Bernie, who is also fun to watch. But right now, another Wii Fit. So you said it's been a character we've seen more of than I expected, although I don't feel like it's as rare to see a Wii Fit. And it's still, the thing is just what you mentioned. There's going to be a lot of projectiles, and there's going to be some big hitboxes going around. You know, he's going to be landing a lot with that Nair. And, oh, missing the deep breathing. That's not something that you see that often, but it still does happen. Oh, I think just Toon just left us again, but the Wii Fit stock has left us as well, so it's going to be an early advantage right now for our Link player, and that means that Flicker is going to have to try to claw his way back up into the set. 60% already, but even if he tries to use those projectiles, it's crazy how Link can just stop them with his foot. You know, balls are meant to be kicked. That sounds so weird, but it's true, and that means that any kind of pressure that he tries to get going with the volleyball is just going to get snuffed out by that. And well, Atem seems to just know the space that he has to play at to not have to worry too much about the pressure, and to not have to worry too much, especially about the aerials that are coming out from Wii Fit that we know can hit particularly hard with the deep breathing. Right there, he got caught actually by that dash attack, but the up B is going to be enough for the magnet hands to kick in and actually save his life for a little bit longer. The sun was not charged to its fullest potential, so that was not going to be able to get the stock anyhow. And right now, even though he's at 134, he's continuing with the pressure, and oh my god, I was expecting a forward smash. I was honestly expecting a forward smash right there, but no matter, because the up smash is actually going to be able to seal out with that stock, although we do get an answer from Flicker that is still, wow, a whole stock down. Now, as we continue to see, Atem is starting to control more of the center stage. He was actually staying a bit more towards one of the platforms, but right now he knows that it's time to switch it up, go in, finding that back air, and then the boomerang. The boomerang is also going to beat out that the volleyball, or the football, if you want to call it that as well. And right now he's able to get a nice parry, and look at that, the forward air, that is going to be more than enough to close it out, and we have a JB3 to kick things off. So Atem is actually going to start this with a nice and honestly kind of comfortable win. So that means that is going to be one more shot for
testing
for our Wii Fit player, as we are back. Hi Toon again, but that game one felt pretty dominant to the side of the Link.
I saw everything, and yes, the Link definitely showed some domination. Again, getting super creative with the way that he was using the bomb and the boomerang. We saw some fantastic combos. Now this is a character that I did not expect to see, but you know what? If there's ever a nightmare matchup for Link, it's Rosalina. I don't know if you recall Civil War, all the way back in Smash 4, it was the Buzz versus T. And this is where, Rosalina was where T finally met his true match, as Rosalina was pretty much the most impossible matchup for him, consistently going for the gravitational pool, removing the bomb, removing the boomerang, removing everything. Now, of course, Rosalina is not always going to go for that same move, but goodness gracious, it does seem like she will be controlling. Oh, no! You went for everything and you lost.
Yeah, no, he went too hard for it. It's a difficult matchup not difficult if I do this, and it was difficult to do it. But well, shoutouts to Civil War, actually, now that you mention it. But yeah, honestly, that it looks like a pretty rough matchup for the hero, this time the hero of the wild. However, Rosalina's not quite what she used to be in Smash 4. The Luma can still do a lot of damage, but at the same time, a lot did change for the ruler of the Lumas. And right now, it would be pretty even, I think, if not for him decided to just go all out YOLO for the Dare Spike. Although the percentages are looking quite even, there's still the stock difference to work with. And right now, the Luma kind of just trying to sneak up from behind, but he's able to find that. And still, the Nair is going to be paying dividends. However, it's a lot easier to deal with the projectiles from Wii Fit using the Nair than it is to deal with the Luma.
Oh, you hear that? Those are police cars. They're coming through to stop this battle. Or it seems like Link is going to stop it earlier before the cops show up, as Flicker is going to lose his first stock. Now, it does take a lot longer. Like I said, it's a bit of a nightmare matchup, as your projectiles, your items do not generally hit them both. So it's gonna be a very complicated battle. First, because you need to worry about Luma. Second, because you need to worry about the gravitational pull and how often you're going to be losing your resources. If you look, the bomb has not really come out to play that often because of how easy it is for him to lose it. So it is becoming a much more complicated battle to fight for Atem. But you know what? He is still kind of pulling up some interesting moves. He got a shield break earlier. Unfortunately, though, seems like the magic's kind of running out. This is the last stock for him in this second match. He is winning the set, but the match is really showing to be something completely different. It's getting harder and harder as time goes on.
We also do have to mention that there was a stock cancel perfectly executed, so that is making the gap a lot bigger, but it still feels like the matchup has been a lot in control of Flicker, and especially like you said, because it's difficult to deal with that Luma. It's difficult to, work with your traps and your setups as Link if you're not able to use your bomb. So right now he's starting to claw his way back. We finally see a bomb right there, but look at that. It got yoinked and it got sent off the stage, and just in time, the Luma is back. Red Luma here to put in some work as we see him just go for center stage and blocking that boomerang, the Luma sharking, and he's actually going for a lot of these seemingly random smashes, but that at the same time become a lot more of a threat with the Luma hanging out in the back.
Oh no, and it misses them both! I think he did find a slight hit on the Luma at the very tail end of it, but of course not enough to get a KO on it. It does remove the Luma now, but there's a gravitational pull, particularly off stage, is when we see Flicker going for it. And unfortunately for Atem, he does not find any follow-ups off stage when he needs them most. He does land the second hit of forward air, and this will be the even stock situation, but the percentage tell us a different story. It's going to be a very complicated one for Atem to fight. He does bring down the bomb. He does not get it to explode, though, and just a gentleman jab to get stage control again. But yeah, the percent speak for itself, man. I don't think it's going to be easy for him to find the stock. He needs to go for the heavy hits now, and he's off stage.
Oh my god, the Luma able to deny him the way back into the ledge. Luma was just there like a gatekeeper saying, my good friend, the way is shut, and the Lumas won't suffer you to pass. However, the stock cancel, I think, conditioned that game a lot, even though it was a solid display right there from the Rosalina that had to come out to try to balance things out, and it has. I think it took a long time, Toon, for us to have these game threes, but we're going out with a bang with another game 3 for this set, and I don't think the players are going to be changing, and I do feel, however, that we might see a different story if there is no stock cancel this time, but we do also need to see some adaptation because he's struggling, especially not being able to use his bomb as freely.
And the bomb being such a crucial plan of Link's, it's always going to be a huge nerf when you're not able to put it to good port. But it seems that at least removing Luma will give you an extra chance to fight. But there's a gravitational pull that I was talking to you about. Unfortunately for Flicker, whenever he does get the gravitational pull on the bomb, I don't see him using it to his advantage. That's a problem here. You might take it away from Atem, but you need to use it as well, and I don't see any creativity there. Not that Rosalina generally plays with items a lot, of course, but you have the gravitational pull, you at least have to get something out of what you pull out of there. Goodness gracious, there will be a tech. No, just get into the stage once more and grab the edge. But still, that Luma is still the original one. I don't see any attempts from Atem to take it away. I believe that Rosalina started that second stock with that same Luma, so, you know, it's just been there running around the stage, not doing much.
Just YOLOing and just feeling the Delfino vibe and chilling. But basically, yeah, this is a very different game from what we just had. And now that you mentioned it, it's funny because we expect Flicker to do something with the bomb when he gets it because, you know, all of the cool link clips involve the bomb. However, it's being a non-factor right now as we finally see the Luma putting in some work and actually sealing that stock. However, there is an 80% right now, and oh my god, the bomb was a trap. The Luma just got shredded, and even though Flicker was able to survive, he's already at 105%, and all that is going to seal the deal. Just a nice quick tilt. You were way too close to that side of the blast zone, and Town and City is not going to forgive you for that.
Town and City doing Town and City things indeed, but will Atem be able to do something else with that? I mean, you need to put it to your advantage. If you're going to get Town and City, you need to force your opponent to do so. Oh no, there's a Luma, there's a Luma. I mean, I keep getting so scared whenever I see Rosalina flying off and Luma on stage. You already know that you might get a forward tilt and then the combo ends real soon, and that could be your stock. Double gravitational pull this time to get rid of the boomerang, and twice over the boomerang comes back. There's the Luma again. One more gravitational pull, and that one was risky. Puts him in a bit of a laggy situation, but Atem does not capitalize. They're so close. Bomb explodes. No Luma. This might be the chance for Atem. Does he go for it? He stays on stage solo. He got too scared from that first stock cancel, not trying to go for it again.
Oh my god, but then he just went for it. You were wanting him to go for it, and he said, I'm going to do this for you, Toon. This one is for you. And he just decided to rise to up air and end it. And again, in a dominant fashion, because he did lose the game. Rosalina actually kind of caught him by surprise, but once he did realize that all he had to do was actually deal with the Luma, and Luma not being able to put in